Welcome to our channel. Long ago, in a picturesque village surrounded by emerald green hills, there lived a master weaver named Dhananjay. He was renowned far and wide for his artistry. His saris were no ordinary garments, they were masterpieces crafted with devotion and finesse, each telling a story through its intricate patterns. Merchants from distant lands would traverse mountains and rivers to buy his creations. His fame brought him wealth, yet his humility remained intact. Dhananjay's workshop bustled with activity. Apprentices worked tirelessly under his guidance, learning the delicate art of weaving. Among them was a young boy named Arjun, eager but often impatient. He admired Dhananjay and aspired to match his skill someday. One bright morning, Dhananjay finished weaving a sari destined for a royal merchant. The sari shimmered with gold and crimson threads, resembling the glow of a sunrise. It was, perhaps, his finest work yet. As he examined the masterpiece, his keen eyes caught a loose thread peeking out from the edge. He gently pulled it to assess the damage. It was a minor flaw, barely noticeable. Arjun, standing nearby, said, "Master, it's perfect. No one will notice such a small thread. Let's send it off before the merchant grows impatient." Dhananjay hesitated. His heart told him to fix the flaw, but the apprentice's words nudged him toward complacency. After all, the merchant trusted his work, and this was just one sari among many. He sighed and said, "Perhaps you're right, Arjun. It's such a small matter." The sari was packed and delivered to the merchant, who was overjoyed by its beauty. "This will please the noblewoman," he exclaimed, setting off for the palace. The noblewoman, Queen Shanti Devi, received the sari with delight. It was to be her attire for a grand celebration. Draped in the masterpiece, she glided into the royal court, capturing everyone's admiration. But as she walked toward the king's throne, her sari brushed against a carved nail on the armrest. The loose thread caught on it. With one firm tug, the thread unraveled, pulling apart the border of the sari. Gasps echoed through the court. The once flawless masterpiece now hung awkwardly, its elegance marred. The queen's face turned crimson with embarrassment. The king, furious at the humiliation, ordered the merchant to explain the flaw. The merchant, desperate to save his reputation, shifted the blame to Dhananjay. "Your Majesty, I procured this sari from the weaver known for his perfection. It must be his oversight." The king, unimpressed, declared, "If even one thread can ruin such beauty, it shows a lack of diligence. Henceforth, Dhananjay's goods are banned from the royal market." When the news reached Dhananjay, he was devastated. His name, once synonymous with excellence, was now tarnished. His apprentices left him, merchants turned away, and his workshop, once lively, now stood silent. Sitting alone in his empty workshop, Dhananjay replayed the events in his mind. He muttered Chanakya's wisdom to himself. A small crack, if ignored, can sink the greatest ship. He realized that his downfall stemmed not from the flaw, but from his decision to ignore it. Perfection lies in the smallest details, he thought. Determined to rebuild his legacy, Dhananjay began anew. He worked tirelessly, creating saris with even greater precision and care. Each thread was inspected, each flaw corrected. He taught his apprentices the importance of diligence, emphasizing that greatness is built on attention to the smallest details. Years later, a young merchant brought one of Dhananjay's saris to the palace. The queen, hesitant at first, examined the craftsmanship. She was astonished. It was flawless. "Who wove this?" she asked. The merchant replied, "The master weaver Dhananjay has returned to his craft. Impressed by his resilience and renewed commitment to quality, the king lifted the ban, restoring Dhananjay's reputation. His saris once again adorned royalty, but this time his name carried an even greater weight, a symbol of redemption and excellence. This story tells us, neglecting small problems can lead to significant consequences. True wisdom lies in addressing issues at their root, no matter how trivial they seem. Greatness is built not only on talent, but also on discipline and attention to detail. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more heartwarming and inspiring tales. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, stay inspired and keep spreading positivity. And remember, every story has the power to change a life, maybe even yours.